Golfers have a lot of trouble controlling the direction of their shots. Often they get in a situation where they need to play a curve, such as a draw, which is we have this situation here, with some trees protruding on the left. We need to play a right to left shot for a right-handed golfer. And then on other occasions we have situations where we certainly have the opposite, where the trees are cutting out and you sort of got to curve around it and hit a fade for a right-handed player. Now, there are many positives we can take out of this situation, and by practicing them we can actually not only master these shots, but be able to learn how to control a straight shot. Because if we can understand the difference between a draw and a fade, we can actually master a straight shot. So let's start with the draw shot right now, shall we? A draw shot has a right to left curve, and the major factor that influences this is the club face. Now, the club face is designed to rotate the sweet spot of the golf club face around the hosel in this fashion, and this turning movement will impart the correct spin that we need for the shots. Complement this with a slightly downward and outward path of our swing, and we'll get the exact match for a curved draw. So let me show you how this is actually now applied in a practical situation with this pin tucked over on the left, and I've sort of got myself tucked into this dog leg here, and I've got to draw it around these trees, starting it just out at the right bunker. As you can see, that ball certainly drew into that quite strong left to right wind we've got here today. So what I did there was ensured my right forearm and right hand allowed the golf club to produce the tumble required to allow the sweet spot of the golf club to rotate around the hosel in the downswing, and I complemented that with my downward and outward path, which certainly ensured that I got that curve and produce the correct D-plane for the shot I wanted. Now for the fade. Now for the fade shot, there are some issues that we have to encounter that are quite opposite to the draw shot, no doubt. Left and right, right and left. So the real issue we have to encounter for the fade shot is understanding how to get the direction of our swing correct. So meaning the path of our swing has to be a lot more out and left as we swing through for a right-handed golfer than it would be downward and outward for a draw that we just hit earlier. Also, the club face is wanting to be remained open as we hit the ball and held in that open condition for as long as we possibly can. The last thing we want to let that club face do is tumble too much over and allow that sweet spot to rotate around the hosel, producing a draw shot. That's called a double cross, and that's a problem a lot of professional golfers encounter on tour when they're shaping their shots. So for the fade shot, it's an out and left path, quite opposite to the draw shot, which is more a downward and considerably more outward path, and club face held open. So let me show you how that's done right now. We've got a perfect situation with this overhanging big gum tree native of this area here protruding out and pin tucked on the right hand side of the green. I'm going to have to get my swing direction as I rehearse this to be considerably left, keep that club face open, and see if I can't produce that fade. As you'll see there, I certainly had to swing considerably left to hit that left to right fade. Didn't help too much that the wind was coming across me on this occasion either. So the real consideration that I had to make there was when I got to the top of my backswing, the last thing I wanted to happen was my right shoulder to drop down behind here, because that would have influenced my path to go more in to out. So what I had to do is I got to the top of my swing, really make sure my left hip turned very soon, initiating my downswing, and my left shoulder got left as quick as I could to get that swing path more out and across the ball. And that helped me produce that fade, ensuring that, of course, that club face didn't tumble around the hosel. So there's the fade, there's the draw, and there's your shot shaping. Practice both of them in situations such as this or on the driving range, and you'll appreciate how to shape the ball and how to hit straight shots also.